Alright, outlets for, dealing with being bullied. And like I said in a previous video, I don't remember which one it was, but a good outlet is music. Music that'll make you feel better. There is something inside, music. And I know some of you people are gonna, a lot of people, sorry, tongue-tied here. And I know that a lot of you people are gonna think I'm a little crazy thinking this, but there is, something called, subliminal text, subliminal messages, within the music itself, that'll affect your mood. Depending on what you listen to. But these days it's all a matter of, not taking lyrics too literally, or literally at all. It's just a matter of, what music helps you, music, that helped me through my hard time, oddly enough, was, I usually listen to like Evanescence, a lot of the time, even though it was depressing music, it didn't really help me, so I wouldn't suggest that. It's more depressing music than anything, so I wouldn't suggest that. But I would say more like upbeat, positive music, or music that'll make you feel better, whatever. Or if you're like the dark goth type person, any music that'll make you feel better. Any dark music that'll make you feel better. Whatever you prefer, as long as it doesn't make your mood worse, or as long as it doesn't make how you feel worse. And as long as you know enough not to take the lyrics, literally, which I'm sure you wouldn't. Just to be safe, don't take the lyrics literally, like others have in the past. They're not to be, no lyrics of any music from any band is meant to be taken literally. They're just for entertainment. Let's see here. But I would say a good band, musician that helped me through hard times was Michael Jackson's music. I grew up in the late 80s. I was born in the late 80s, grew up in the 90s, back when he was really popular, and he was a big part of my life. He was like, his music was a really big part of my life. I grew up on his music. I grew up on Blind Melon, oddly enough. What was it? Grew up listening to the radio all the time. Back when I was a little kid, we barely listened. We barely would watch, TV. We would just listen to the radio all the time. And back then, all the time there would be all those, hippie bands on, hippie music on. Music is good. And more other good ways to deal with it is to reach out to other people, open up to them, Even if you do, even if you really don't want to, you gotta push yourself. It could save your life. You know, open up to people, tell someone. Reach out to someone. Even if you feel like you're alone, reach out to someone, anyone, a parent, a family member, of any kind, or someone online, that you do that doesn't bully you. Reach out to someone, anyone, and don't stop until until someone does help. Don't give up. I'm always here to help. When need be. I'll be your friend. I'll help you as much as I can. Let's see here. You can add me on Facebook. I'll be giving out my link. I'll be giving out the links to my Facebook page. You can add me. And if you can't, we'll figure out a way to add each other. One way or the other. Let's see here. I know I have yet to teach everyone how to lock their YouTube and Facebook down. I'll get around to that eventually, I know. I'm still figuring out the new YouTube layouts. They're changing everything. It's a real pain in the butt. Let's see here. Outlets. Another outlet is making a video. Reaching out to others that you can't reach out to, in person, or on a friends list or whatever, like say on Facebook or something. So it's like you can reach out to more people on YouTube or any site that has the option of making videos and reaching out to others. I know it's something that's really hard to deal with, being bullied and trying to stay strong and not letting people get to you. I know it's easier said than done. It's you're in a place of suffering, beyond words, and it's like you're in a dark hole. And there's no way of getting out, and you're just shaking and you're scared, you're terrified, and you feel like, and it's like, there's no one, it's like you're all alone in this dark hole, shaking and scared, mentally, and inside you're screaming for help, but something won't let you, it's like something won't let you say anything, it's like you start shutting people out, because you feel like no one will understand, and you feel like you're all alone. But the truth is, there are people out here that have been through a lot, that have been through the same things, that do understand, that have been through the same things and more, that do care, and I'm one of them, so anyone that's being bullied, anyone that's being bullied, please feel free to subscribe, feel free to add me on Facebook, Yes, I'm a Christian, but I'm not like most Christians nowadays. I don't judge, anyone. I'm not ignorant like I used to be. I'm not hateful. I'm not prideful. I'm not hypocritical like I used to be. Um, I don't even go to church anymore, and I'll give my reasons on that in a video too. Um, as soon as I can get around to it. Um, another outlet. Um, Another outlet is God. When I first started my journey as a Christian, I was still pretty unstable. And I still was having the urges to cut. I was still having the urges to, to attempt suicide again. But I was fighting them because, suicide in God's eyes is a sin. As well as, cutting myself. Same for if it goes, same goes for everyone else. If anyone else does it, when you're being bullied, you feel broken. I know. You feel broken, you feel numb. You feel unlovable, you feel alone. Like there's no one out there that'll understand. Well, truth is, you are lovable. There are people out here who understand. And the numbness doesn't last forever. And the bullying doesn't last forever. It'll get better. You're not alone. There are other people out here who have been through the same thing and survived and gotten stronger, because of it, and can help you do the same thing. All you got to do is open up and give us a chance. I'm one of those people. Feel free. Don't be afraid. I may be a Christian, like I said. I'm not like most Christians nowadays who go around hurting people and judging them, and who are ignorant and full of pride and hypocrisy and hate and ignorance. They don't represent God. God loves everyone. He sent His only Son into this world to save us from our sins. And God is love. He's not all about punishment and hate and all that kind of stuff, and fear and everything like that most Christians are spreading nowadays. That's not God. They've strayed off the path, and they'll have a lot to answer for come Judgment Day. But God will keep you strong if you choose to turn to Him and accept Jesus into your heart. And all you gotta do is serve Him. Serve Him. Be baptized by water and the Spirit. And serve God. You just gotta confess that you're a sinner, accept Jesus into your heart, be baptized by water and the Spirit, and serve God by spreading the gospel. But that's all I'm gonna say about that. I'm not gonna get too much into my faith, because this is more of a personal and anti-bullying channel. You know, for those of you who want to know more about God, you know, visit my other channel, my main channel. Okay, so the beliefs of others will be respected on this channel. You know, no one will be judged. You know, no matter what your beliefs, no matter what your sexual preference, no judgment here. You know, you're safe here. You know, I guess that's about it for right now, I think. See, yeah. That I can think of right now. If I can think of any more, I'll be back on here. I'll make some more videos. Okay? So I'll see you all later. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Love you all. God bless.